All right. Hello, everyone. How are you? I certainly hope you're doing good. I want to instantly thank everybody for the kind words that we were saying in the chat here before the stream actually started. Need to know how I sound, if I sound okay or not. I always have to check, make sure we're good. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Okay, if people are coming in right now. There's a lot of people coming in, yo. Oh my goodness. We're going to be talking about the Tournament of Power and how we think it's going to end, what the end game is, and just kind of getting. I'm going to be getting a lot of feedback right now from y'all tonight. I'm going to basically, as we go through, when people start filling up the chat, I'll be asking y'all questions, and I want y'all to tell me yes or no, pretty much, and kind of get a consensus of what the people think. The only thing is, you have to understand if obviously you guys know I can't respond to everyone because the chat moves so fast. I have it set to slow mode, so everybody's gonna get a chance, but it's still one of those things where it's still too much. You know what I mean? Which I'm happy about. I'm very happy about it. We got over 3,000 people in there. So can you hear me okay? Just let me know if you can hear me all right, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm going to actually see if I can hear myself in a minute. Just let me know if you... Okay, I think I can't hear myself. Yeah, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff here. All right. Okay. Yes, I do drag my videos on 10 minutes. I talk a lot, in case you didn't realize. I like to talk a lot. Sometimes I have 30-minute videos. Sometimes I have 5-minute videos. If that's your criticism of me, well, you should go outside and breathe some air or something. Hope y'all are doing good. Okay, everybody can hear me. All right, let's get to the good stuff. All right, first of all, I know a lot of you folks are asking me. I know you're asking me about these spoilers that are supposedly out. No, until we get scans, until we have official scans, I will not be covering them. Some YouTubers already dropped their videos, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do the cheap views route. I'm going to wait for scans. We should have them very soon. We actually have not one, not two, but 3 magazines coming out, including a weekly Shonen Jump magazine that is going to be a double issue. So we're going to be getting a lot of information in the next 48 hours or so, right? We're going to be getting a lot of information for the rest of the month in Super, okay? So just letting you know now that there's a lot of stuff coming. I've been purposely trying to scale back my uploads this week because I'm waiting for everything to drop, because you're going to get like 2 or 3 videos when that drops. We got, like I said, 3 magazines coming out in Japan. There's 3 of them, all right, coming out, and I'm just letting y'all know, you know what I'm saying, that it's going to be crazy the next couple of days. Now, what's really going to be big, and this is an exclusive for those of you listening to the stream, I always give y'all little tidbits here and there. I'm going to go ahead and put the chat on the screen right now. You should see the chat right there. Hello, everyone. Hope y'all are having a good day. So, again, the spoilers that are supposedly out, until I get a scan, they could be fake, and so I'm not going to cover them until we get evidence. I always double source everything I do, and I'm not going to give y'all fake news. We've been burned before. I will send prayers to your grandfather, Tyler. Thank you. But no, I was going to say I will be covering everything. Like I said, 3 magazines. Three magazines coming out. So there's going to be a lot of stuff coming, and until I get those magazines in my hands, or at least very high quality pictures of said magazines, I'm not going to cover the spoilers, all right? But we are going to talk on this stream primarily about the Tournament of Power and the finale. I do have Tragic joining me sometime tonight. I'm going to bring him in shortly, but I wanted to real quick give you guys an exclusive, okay? Next week's going to be a huge week for me, all right? It's a huge week for me. and most of you, I would hope, maybe. So not only is Star Wars The Last Jedi coming out, that's coming out next week, you know, maybe the biggest movie of the year, and it's one of those things where it's going to be massive, right? But also Thursday or Friday, depending on when it comes out in Japan, there's going to be a major Dragon Ball Super update. That's right, the same couple of days that Star Wars comes out, there is going to be a huge Dragon Ball Super update. There's going to be a major website update from Toei, and I don't exactly know what it is, okay? I'm letting you know now, though. Now ahead of time, exclusively for those of you on the stream. And if you listen afterward, you're going to get the information too. I have an idea of what it could be, and I can't really talk about it for a couple reasons. Number one, I was sworn not to talk about it. Number two, I was unable to double source the information, okay? And if I can't double source something, I would rather not report on it. You know, I come from an era where you got to have a little bit of a little bit of journalistic integrity, right? So I'm not going to drop it, but a few of my close partners know what could be coming out next week. Or I'm sorry, what's going to be announced next week. Very close partners, and it's one of those things where we'll see. Okay, we'll see, but I can assure you that something big is going to happen in Dragon Ball Super. Yes, Anthony, prayers to your grandma too, man. Everybody shout out to that. You know, big stuff coming out next week. And again, I can't talk too much about it because I don't want to be wrong. Okay? The reason why I'm giving y'all a hint right now so that you kind of get hyped up a little bit, but I don't want to talk about it because if I can't double source it, I'm not, but let's just say there is going to be some stuff coming, all right? So, Dragon Ball Super's not ending. At least, well, Dragon Ball is not ending. That's what I can say about that. But that all happens next week. So, there you go. So, the question that I'm really posing tonight here, I'm going to bring Tragic in here just a moment. And again, you know, shout out to all of you. Hope y'all are having a good day. And again, if you're just joining the stream, we're almost at 5,000 people tonight. If you're just joining the stream, I am not going to be covering the spoilers because I can't confirm that they are real yet. Okay, the ones that have been talked about with Vegeta and Jiren and all that, I can't confirm they're real. Once I confirm it, I promise you that I will. Excuse me. Promise you I will do a video on it, okay? Like, you will have a video on it. I always do that, but I'm not going to drop something if I don't know 100% is true. I'd rather be as right as possible. So, here's the question that I'm going to ask y'all. So, we're now in the final stretch of the Tournament of Power. I'm going to bring Tragic in here in just a moment. We're in the final stretch right now. We have just a little bit left. Now, supposedly, all right, supposedly, the arc is going to be ending in either February or March. Now, there's not too much material that's left for them to cover. We've got Universe 3 and Universe 4. My instincts tell me, I'm saying my instincts. I'm not telling you that I know something or that's a secret or anything. My instincts tell me that Universe 3 and 4's storyline is not going to be that long, and that very soon we're going to get to Jiren, and that we're going to get to the Pride Troopers against Universe 11. Which is going to be the big main event, right? That's obvious. And the real talked about main event, you know, is going to be probably Goku versus Jiren. You know, that seems to be the way that the narrative is going, is that we're going to get that rematch. Here's the question I'm going to start with for y'all. Are you interested in a Goku versus Jiren rematch? Do you think that Goku fighting Jiren again is going to be satisfying for you as a Dragon Ball fan? Like, just let me know. Like, type in yes or no. Just type in yes or no if you, if you think that's a satisfying conclusion, or do you want something else? Like, I really want to get feedback on this. You know, let me know. I'll bring Tragic in here momentarily. Well, a lot of yes and no, yes. There's a lot of yeses and nos. A lot of mixed opinions here. Because I'll be honest, I feel like the fight could be fun, but I feel like I kind of want them to get to it already. I think this tournament arc is a little long-winded. You know, it's not the longest arc in the history of Dragon Ball, but it's certainly the longest tournament in the history of Dragon Ball. And I do think that things need to happen. And the thing that I'm really kind of... A lot of mixed opinions here. Well, yes, and wow, this is a very split... This is a very, very split crowd tonight. Okay. Well, the next question that I have is... I'm going to probably... Like I said, I'm bringing Tragic here in a minute. The next question that I have is... Like, if Goku beats Jiren... Okay, let's talk about this, folks. If Goku beats Jiren... Is that... Goku has not won a tournament since Dragon Ball. Right? The end of Dragon Ball. Is that satisfying for you? Like, as a fan of the series, Goku defeating Jiren, is that satisfying? Or do you think it would be more satisfying if Goku lost again, and then he beats him later on in Super? And I might actually take a poll on this. Alex Homer in the chat said that I should take a poll on it. Like, do you think that Goku beating Jiren is just going to be kind of a boring finish? I still think that Goku and Jiren are going to double eliminate themselves. I think Goku and Jiren are going to throw themselves out of the ring, and somebody else is going to win. Whether it be Frieza, which is the most interesting option, or whether it be Gohan, which would be great for the Gohan fans. I think Frieza winning is the most interesting thing. Because then it's like, okay, what's going to happen? Also, we know this thing's going to end in March. Do you think, I want a yes or no in the chat right now. Do you think that the tournament might end in like January and we get a post-tournament arc or an interruption or something? Like, do you think it's the ending? Is it too predictable is what I'm saying? Just let me know yes or no. If you think we're going to get more... well, actually, okay. Let me rephrase the question here. Yes or no, do you think that... do you think that Goku winning is anticlimactic? I'm sorry, I already asked that question. What the hell am I thinking here? No, do you think that... that someone's going to interrupt the tournament? Like, let me know. Like, type in yes or no. Will we see an interruption? Yes or no? That's what I'm asking right now. I'm going to get Tragic in here in just a moment, so we can discuss it. Tragic did a wonderful video on his channel called The Final Four, which y'all should check out for sure. Tragic.
Yo.
Man, what's up with the sex noises, bro? Oh, that's the first thing I hear from you.
Yo, this pumpkin pie was so fucking good.
What kind of pie was it?
It's pumpkin.
Oh, pumpkin. I thought you said... okay, I think it's something else. Well, yeah, pumpkin pie is one of my favorites, bro. Or as you called it, pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkin pie.
So I'm going to ask you kind of what I already asked the chat and kind of get your opinion on it, okay? And the question was, if Goku... And I'm asking you your opinion here, not your prediction. If Goku defeats Jiren to end this tournament, is that a satisfying ending? And would you be happy with that ending?
No. I actually went over this previously before. I don't think it would be satisfactory to everything that's going on as far as the tournament is concerned. I mean, it's a fight that needs to happen. It's going to happen. But as far as it being the last match and the last thing that I see of a tournament of this proportion, I wouldn't enjoy that. I wouldn't enjoy it at all.
If y'all are new to the channel, or if y'all are new to Tragic, TR4G1C, does a lot of streams over there, so you gotta check him out. Now, the other question I asked the people is, because we've got the tournament arc is supposedly gonna end in like March or whatever. I asked the people, and it was a very versatile, a very divisive answer, because they gave me like, there were yeses and nos. And the question is, are do you think this thing's gonna get interrupted? Because I can see Goku and Jiren happening around January, and which I hope not, because that's bad for us as YouTubers. You know why? But
Mhm.
do you think something's gonna happen after that that's gonna lead to another mini story or something?
That's actually a good question because we're currently on what 119. That's like the ninth. 120 is the 16. 21 is the 23rd. So 22 is like the that damn near that last week of December. So you know, and that's when your boy's supposed to be coming back. Mr. Animator King Yaya and
Yuya
Yuya,
Takahashi, bro, not
Yuya.
Yaya.
I call him Yaya. So he's supposed to come back, and there has been talks of supposedly some big episodes. I just
Yeah.
my thing about the whole thing is they have to kind of make this interesting. Like we this is like you stated because I was kind of hearing your stream. This is the longest tournament, not the longest arc episodes. It's the
It's the longest
longest
arc in
tournament.
Super. Yeah.
Yeah. And it is one of those things where you have to, I don't know, they have to make it interesting. It can't just be like Goku winning this thing. You know what I mean? Like it can't, like for me, it just can't be Goku winning this all. It just wouldn't. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be interested in that at all. Like I really wouldn't.
So what would be the best option? Because earlier I outlined that I feel like Goku and Jiren need to eliminate themselves, and then Frieza. Frieza. I think the most interesting outcome is Goku and Jiren eliminate themselves. Frieza wins. Because I think Frieza winning creates the most interesting storyline going forward, going past this tournament arc.
Right, right, right.
What do you think?
Um, I would definitely like to see like a double knockout. I mean, we're kind of being hinted that that can potentially happen. I mean, they did it with two universes. Um, I don't really see it being a far fetched thing of seeing like two fighters knock themselves out, especially two powerful fighters. And a reasoning for do that, like almost like repeat, like think of it like this, like the
Well, I
like
think I think
Goku
that
and Raditz. You know
yeah,
how Goku held Raditz, like have
yes.
Goku hold Jiren, and then somebody helps that elimination. He has to sacrifice himself, like that type of double elimination type thing. I could see something like that happen, but it has to be played out very very well. And I do agree that the a Frieza like ending this all would be interesting. What would be more interesting would be actually having somebody else win it, and then having Frieza convince them, or some other situation happen where Frieza takes the wish over. That to
But
me could play
remember,
out pretty interesting.
I think you were on the stream. He cannot make that wish to the Super Dragon without a god, without him speaking the language of the gods. He can't do it.
Right, right, right.
So it would have to be that Frieza somehow seduces one of the angels. I don't know how he's gonna do it, but Frieza's pretty sexy, so maybe he can.
Well, yeah, he does got a tail. He's a real slim figured. I mean, he ain't
Big
go
tail.
golden. You know. Um, another thing though is, and I don't know if you felt like this, but I feel like there is something. There has to be a big major reason why they brought Frieza in, not just like a major plot point, but are they going to be insinuating that he can potentially do other things that we don't know of? Obviously, with the fact of the current Akira Toriyama 10 question thing, right?
The
We
Q
kind
and
of
A,
do,
yeah.
yeah, we kind of get a notion of that, even though it's not fully stated outright. But we do get a notion of that Frieza seemingly knows other things. He can do other things, and it was not the first time till Resurrection F that we were able to see him train, be able to see him do other things to make himself better. So, does Frieza's race per se, are they capable of doing other things? I mean, maybe that's being foreshadowed. I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna. By the way, folks, I'm gonna get the super chats here in just a moment. So, if you send a super chat, I'm gonna get to it here in just a second. But I just want to say that I'm gonna ask the chat this, and because I'll say this. Okay, I'm gonna say this. All right. I feel that Frieza has been a huge disappointment in this tournament arc. I was really hoping for more
Hmm.
Frieza Vegeta and Frieza Goku team ups. The way that they've constructed this arc, he's really done nothing except for the Frost thing, and to me, I think he's a huge letdown. I'm not very happy with the way he's being written, but that tells me in the back of my head maybe they got plans for him later. You know,
Right.
so
Right.
before I get to super chats, I'm gonna ask the people a question, and I'm gonna ask you the same question, but I want to ask them first. You know, because there's a little bit of lag. There's always a little bit of lag when you stream, but I wanted to ask them. Okay, honestly, be honest with me. All right, I'm not gonna skew the vote here, but I want y'all to type yes or no. Do you care at all about Universe 3 and Universe 4? Do you care about seeing them fight? Do you care about seeing them compete against Universe 7? Do you care if they survive? Just let me know in the chat. Type yes or no. Do you care about Universe 3 and 4? Like, do you give a damn? I'll give my answer in a minute and yours in a minute, but I want them to know. We've already got 3 no's, bro. No, 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 no. See, here's the thing. I don't think Dragon Ball Super has done a great job of really look. Oh my God, there's a lot of no's. Yo, there is a lot of no's. This is very interesting to me, and I'm gonna cover this in a separate video. Dragon Ball Super's done a pretty bad job of getting these tournament fighters over. Like, they've done a decent job of getting people to hate Ribrianne and getting them to be very
I just
polarizing about Kefla, but who else do people care about? Like, people care about Universe 6, right? And they care
right.
about Universe 9 because I think the Basal and those guys are cool, but what has Dragon Ball Super done to make us care about Universe 4? I think the only character, and I want to get the chat's opinion on this, let me know yes or no. The only character that people care about from Universe 4 is freaking Catella. Because he's kind of a slime ball.
Right. As a backstory.
Yeah, let me know yes or no, folks. Do you care about Catella? Am I right on that? That's the only character, right?
I'm getting a
So what do
lot
you
of
think?
no's.
What do you think, bro? Do you care?
Um, I actually care, but there's a reason why I care. I don't care about the specifics and all, but I actually care about why they chose them. You know what I mean? Like they,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like you were saying earlier, Frieza to me has been a major letdown. Like
I
that's
think.
kind of,
Yeah.
that to me has been a major letdown. Another major letdown has been this whole Jiren. Like, people want to see Jiren fight and the Goku rematch, and I do too. And that's why I don't want to see it as the end fight because he's been a letdown. He's been the most useless character in the tournament. Like, if you think about it, every other character has had a spotlight or a shine or something.
More than Dr. Rota?
It, Rota has done more than Jiren to me. Like, bro, like he hasn't done anything. Like, he punched Majikayu to a stand. That was cool. Nice.
Yeah.
He basically all he did was block and then he kind of nuffled out, Goku's fire and pushed him against the wall. He was done with that. The best fight he had was with Hit, and even that was if you look at it in hindsight, it was still not impressive. Like Hit was doing more in that fight than Jiren was. You see what I'm saying? So it's like one of these things. Like he's he's just an enigma that is oozes power, and
Yeah.
that's it. Other
That's it.
than that, he hasn't done shit. He hasn't done anything.
No, I agree. I agree with that. Let me get to some super chats, all right? Because I got to give the super chatters donated, so they got to get priority here. I got a few of them already in the bank here. Now, the super chat should be on the screen right now. Let me double check my OBS and make sure you see them. Okay, first of all, thank you, Kid J. I sound like Goku, all right? Das Boot, I'm having a good night, thank you. Joshua Smith, Frieza did nothing wrong. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that you guys can see the words if you're watching the stream. Most people are listening to the stream, though they have it on in the background or whatever, which is fine. That's the right way to do it, man. We're chilling tonight. And also, I do want to make a quick comment about last week, the stream I did last week, because people were being douchebags afterwards to me because I was clowning. All right, look, I always clown people, dude. If I clown you, it means I like you. And a lot of YouTubers get on here. Let me just share this with all y'all. I'm gonna be very meta here. A lot of YouTubers get on here and they create this channel or this platform and they get big or whatever. Then they think that they think that their shit doesn't stink. They get really egotistical and they forget that people are people. It's not just numbers. You know what I mean? Like y'all are, each person who watches your video is an individual person, right? And my thing is that I don't treat my subscribers like, I hate using the word fans. Some of them will say like, "Oh, Geekdom, big fan." I appreciate that, but I don't like that word because I'm not like Paul McCartney or like Kanye West, bro. I'm just some dude who makes videos. I treat subscribers like people, like my boys, like anybody who watches this right now, and who supports the channel. You're kind of my boy. We're cool. If you come to Kamehacon, we'll have a good time. Well, if I'm even available, because I'll be working. But I mean, if I see you, we'll have a good time, bro. You know what I mean? So I just personally treat this differently. So yeah, I'm gonna fuck around with subs once in a while, like people who subscribe to me. I'm gonna tease them a little bit because I do that to my real life friends. So why should I treat you any different?
You shouldn't be. People just need to realize that this is all about entertainment and building a bond with the people that you share or have like interest. That's all it is.
Exactly, bro. And everybody who watches you, I mean, I announced it yesterday. I got Mike Daniels from the NFL, who's a freaking, who told me to my face, "I'm a fan of yours," and you know what I mean. That's weird to me that somebody from the NFL. I had another dude from freaking CBS Sports tell me that. Huh? It's just weird. Like, that's weird to me. But. Let me get to these super chats. Yeah, so basically last week I was clowning on people, but don't take that personal, bro. Like, come on. Like, y'all gotta know that I always do that. Okay. Thank you, Christina. Or, I'm sorry, Christian. I have bad eyesight. Christian Zavaleta. Thank you. Thank you, Ramon, Tony, King Cooper, Dustin. Robert H. says, look up Bright Fame, best white rapper. I will, if I remember, I'll do that. Gunnar Jones says, thank you for entertaining me during Hurricane Harvey. And we can meet you at Kamehacon. Yes, you will. Joey Ventura, he says, Quinn and yourself, single, double-handedly got back to the franchise. Thank you. Thank you, Dustin, Mike, and Kyle. Thank you for that. Logan. Okay, Logan has a question. Do you think that if all the universes that were erased get wished back with the Super Dragon Balls, wouldn't it negate the threat of this whole tournament? Yes, it would, and that is a problem Dragon Ball has had for a while now, is that there are no stakes, which is why I think that the series needs to move past the end of Z and they come up with something where there's actually stakes, bro, because we know Universe 7 survives. So it's like, the drama, it takes away from the drama, you know what I'm saying?
It'll be a complete monkey wrench even if Universe 7 doesn't win and Jiren just wishes everybody back. It's still a Universe 7 win. So it's like there's no way around that part right there.
Yeah, they have to. The next arc has to have some real drama.
Right, right.
Amir Adawan says Ultra Instinct Frieza versus Jiren will be more satisfying if that's going to happen. Don't think it's going to happen, but who knows? I mean, really. And then Super Jan said the Kai dub is better than Z. Yes, the Kai dub is better than the Z dub. Dead Strafe says, what is your opinion on Ultra Instinct Yamcha? That is a scary fighter. Thank you, Pat, for the kind words. Thank you. Oh, I lost you. Hang on.
That's the second time I heard Yamcha today.
Oh, I mean, it's Yamcha. Now, Pretty Gordo, which means pretty fat, he writes, do you think this tournament is just a quick way to introduce a bunch of new fighters? What I think is that if they are planning on doing Dragon Ball spin-offs, this tournament is the perfect idea, creatively, because now you've introduced not only Hit previously, but you've got now Pride Troopers, you've got the Kamikaze Fireballs, you've got the Dangerous Trio. And I could see them making manga and anime of all three of those people. They could totally do a Pretty Girl series with Ribrianne. They could totally do a Pride Trooper series with Jiren and Topo. And they could totally do a Dangerous Trio like movie or mini arc. So, he's onto something. Yes, I think. Will they do it? I don't know. But yes, I do believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is a perfect way to introduce new people quickly.
A lot of different stories can be told.
What do you think that the Machine Universe will do if Universe 4 gets eliminated? Because that would leave with 11 and 7 as their opponents. They're going to fuse the robots. I'm pretty sure of that. I've been thinking that for a while now.
Right.
Chad, very long last name, says, screw Gohan Tards. It's either a Goku and Vegeta double elimination via fusion or Goku, then Frieza wins. If the spoilers are true, then Vegeta's going to get eliminated. Maybe. That remains to be seen. DB General, shout out to Tragic. So you got a fan in there.
Hey.
I'm using the word fan for you. I don't call my people a fan though. What do you call your subscribers? I don't like using the word fan.
Family.
There you go, bro.
I call them family.
Zero Thorn, Jiren Goku double KO, then Gohan versus Frieza for the wish. I don't think that's gonna happen because that's not how it works unless Zeno changes it. Yes, Zeno could change his mind, but if Universe 7 wins, they get the wish, and whoever performs the best gets the wish, right? So Gohan and Frieza won't fight unless Zeno's like, all right, you guys got to duke it out. Whoever wins gets the wish. That could happen. I mean, really. What do you think?
I want that to happen because that gives it need. It gives it a need and a drive. To have somebody win. You know what I mean?
Do you think that Beerus is going to be angry at Grand Priest or Zeno for erasing Champa?
Yes.
I think he'll be more angry at the situation. The thing about Beerus, and I hate to say this for Beerus fans, is he kind of cuddles up and becomes a little bit of a wuss when it comes to Grand Priest and Zeno. Especially Zeno. He's not going to talk out of turn on him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
he'll keep it to himself.
I think these type of situations could definitely change the individual.
Yes. Alien Eric 77. Frieza will wish to be a god destruction. Shout out to Geekdom for the 400k subs. Well, he has to know the godly language, which means he's gonna have to get help for that. So, all right. Jeremy Bynum says there's gonna be a tie between Universe 7 and 11, so Zeno will let them live, and Vegeta will be awarded the balls for his performance with the most eliminations. Well, Goku has the most eliminations now, bro.
Yeah.
So that changes things.
Damn, I just thought about something about the Frieza thing.
What? Let us know.
In the story or in the lore, wasn't it stated that Frieza was trying to find the Dragon Balls to actually wish for immortality himself?
In the what? I'm sorry.
Well, didn't Frieza try to wish for immortality himself?
Originally, that was the original introduction of his character. He wanted to go to Namek to do that.
All right, so
Yeah.
what makes me think would they use that as a ploy to state that he actually knows the language? You know what I mean? Like, would they use that as a plot?
He didn't even know how to speak Namekian, though.
Right. But, that's Namekian's one language. Maybe it's not the same language. Maybe he learned. Or, you know what I mean? Like, would they use that as a heel?
You're saying that maybe, like, King Cold taught him the language, right?
Right. Like, I mean, the writers would make it like this guy already taught him how to do it. You know what I mean? Like, would they use that as a heel? Would writers really use that as a heel because he was already, in the past, was already, destined to try to get the Super Dragon, the Dragon Balls anyway? But now he knows about the Super Dragon Balls. Would be interesting. Because, I mean, he never really was surprised that they were Super Dragon Balls. Yeah. That's one thing, that's one thing that we do see from him. He wasn't really surprised about it. He was more like, oh, okay, I need to get these.
In one way or another, you know what I mean, with him.
Right.
Dustin, thank you. SSJ3 Gogeta says, I've been messaging you on Instagram. Sorry, I never checked DMs on there. How do you feel about Vegito going Ultra Instinct with both offense and defensive mastery? I already did a video on it, bro. Ultra Instinct Vegito. Check it out on the channel. It is there. It went up last week. Hang on a sec here. It's just called Ultra Instinct Vegito. Giovanni says, I would really want to see something happen with Jiren and Vegeta. I think we are going to get that. I'm not sure about Frieza and Jiren. I get the feeling they're building up something big. I think they are too. Thank you, Steady. Thank you, Breaking News 69. Thank you, Star Blast. Thank you, Handsome Eric. He says, a triple fusion between Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan. Don't think that's happening. It has not been teased at all. What do you think?
If we get it in superheroes, maybe.
Let's address this theory. Mitchell Rodriguez sent this in. He writes, when Zeno erased the universe, they don't really. They get sent to a different dimension. That's a thing that people have been saying. as like a twist on some Franklin
Right.
Richards Marvel Comics stuff.
Right. 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 Right.
What do you think about that?
Well, it's interesting because if you look at episode 118, which I was talking with some of my people earlier, if you look at 118, when Piccolo shoots out the Masenko, there's a light beam that literally goes through both of them, right? And then when it goes straight, it almost seems like it hits this like white force field or whatever it is, and then it bounces up, like it bends. So it's not like a um could it be that that the entire stage is engulfed in this like glass like whatever protective state whatever it is, and then
Like
that
an alternate dimension?
right like basically the stage within a dimension that look it could see the dimension itself, like it could see the void, but
Yeah.
that itself is its own dimension with breathing capabilities and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Because if you look at Universe 6 versus 7, that's kind of what they did. You know what I mean? Like they encapsulated everybody into that little room. It seemed like. So did Grand Prix do something like that? I mean, we don't really know. That's not really an answer. There's no information or evidence to suggest that, but it would be interesting to see if maybe he did send them off to like another within that void, somewhere else within that void. That'd be pretty interesting to find out.
Jeremy Bynum says, plot twist, Dragon could only wish back one universe. That would be very interesting.
Oh,
That
that
would be
would be
very
really
interesting.
good. That would be really good.
Thank you, Greystone. Maikeru Yoshijoka. I thought Goku arc was costly with no Dragon Balls. The black, I'm sorry, the black Goku arc, or Goku Black. It was, but I'm not gonna get into it, bro, because that ending was flaccid as hell.
It's too confusing.
It did have stakes, but the ending was a mess. Air Dog says, would the GP Grand Prix allow a wish to dethrone Zeno? I hope the winner wishes to become Omni-King and then immediately erases Zeno in the Grand Prix. They deserve it. Well, I don't know if they deserve it, but that's the idea behind the possible Frieza wish.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've been down that road already. The question is, I don't know if the Grand Prix can do anything if somebody, we don't know the power of the Super Dragon Balls compared to the Grand Priest, and it's implied that he can't even do anything about it. So, all right. Do you think Jiren will get eliminated at the end of this tournament, or will he be defeated another way, running out of time? I don't know.
That's rough.
I always thought if they're gonna throw him out, there'd be multiple people.
I think they are gonna throw him out, and I think it's just gonna be one of those weird, like, oh shit, really? That's how that happened? Moments.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I kind of want it to be that though.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, like all this, fighting, all this struggling, and then like a Monaka moment. Just
I hope
It'd be
they
crazy.
take it seriously though.
yeah, I do too.
Arc Minus says Jiren's wish is to revive not only the erased universes from this tournament, but also universes erased before the events Dragon Ball. That's been talked about too. The 6 missing universes might get revived, and then that could lead to another arc after that. I think you're the one who actually came up with that whole thing about his wife was from another universe. That wacky theory you came up with, bro, that people seem to like.
I stated that he's probably a god of destruction from another universe.
But didn't
That
you
was
also state
destroyed.
that he's from one of the destroyed universes, right?
Yeah. I stated that he was probably from one of the destroyed universes, and that's why he wants his wish.
But the manga tells us that Jiren doesn't care about being a god of destruction. So I guess it's one of those things where I don't think he wants his own job back. I don't think that's what's going on here.
Right. It'd be
Grayson,
interesting.
Grayson says, please give Vegeta something. I don't know if he wants me to give Vegeta something, but
My,
mhm.
what is this about everybody thinking that he hasn't done anything?
Yeah, he's got a lot of eliminations, man.
Like he got 9 eliminations. I mean, are we all watching the same show here?
I think people want Vegeta to be the main character, and
You know what it is. You know what it is, and this is like I've kind of been stating this, and I'm definitely beginning to see it. Is the fact that Vegeta and Trunks episodes have just been so much highly rated, and that goes with the views and perceptions of the show, and I guess they're wanting so much out of those main characters that the viewage of those shows are more important. You see what I'm saying? So could be. I mean, there's a lot of fans that definitely have wanted, that resolve to happen. So,
I just wonder if Toei would ever have the balls to actually give Vegeta like the spotlight. I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna do it anytime soon. Maybe he
Yeah,
gets his own stuff.
probably.
Sandesh says, a thought. If the universes are going to get resurrected, and if the angels are kind of evil, how will they possibly do that as
Jesus
angels
Christ.
are going to communicate to the dragon? I don't really
Um.
understand what he means by that.
All right. So he's. I just opened the thing.
Well, I think what he's saying is that why would the evil angels allow the wish? Well, I mean, they have to allow the wish. That's part of the rules, unless they break them.
that. Yeah. Well, he's saying that if the race universe's angels are actually evil angels, you know what I mean? How would they possibly communicate with the dragon himself? I mean, it's kind of a rhetorical question, which is big. You're just kind of answering your own answer, but the answer is you have to understand. Even if they're evil angels, right, which would make them Kaioshins, they still know the language because they know exactly what Kaioshins know, or you know what I mean. And even the angels themselves still know the language. So it's even if they're good or evil, they still know the language. So it doesn't change their behavioral. Just because one's good and one's bad, they still know the abilities. It's kind of how you have to think about it.
Yeah, yeah. Meme SSJG says, do you like thick anime thighs? I think he means thick anime thighs. I like thick thighs on anything, bro. Especially
Hmm.
especially turkey, especially
Hmm.
food.
Hmm.
Nicholas Berardi says, "Love you, geekdom. Frieza's integral to the ending. He's intentionally held back where he could. He praised Goku watching him fight and gave him energy. When the hell would Frieza do this if not for his own hidden agenda? Well, yeah, that's without question the case. I mean, that's. I was gonna do a video about that like a month ago, and I just never did it. I never had time. I was legit gonna do that a month ago. I never had time to do it.
It's hard to cover free. It's hard to cover Frieza at the current rate right now, just because there's just so much things happening around him. Even though he's like this integral character.
All right, here's a wacky one right here from Henry. He says, "How Tournament of Power will end? Goku and Jiren's fight is interrupted by the end of the tournament. Vegeta eliminates himself and Frieza, preventing him from completing his evil plan. Gohan keeps Topo at bay, showing great strength. Universe 7 wins. I don't understand how Vegeta eliminating himself. Oh, himself
So
and Frieza. Okay, he's gonna basically grab Frieza in like a belly to belly suplex. Well,
right,
okay, I sort of get that. That's not a bad idea, actually. If he knows that Frieza, if Vegeta finds out that Frieza has a secret agenda, that is
and
a
he
very good character moment for
and
Vegeta.
and he's the MVP. Yeah, that definitely would make sense for him to do something like that.
And he gets his revenge on Frieza, and he does something noble. That is a great,
That's a good
great.
idea.
That's a great idea. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's a good one right
Um,
there.
all right. Let's address this one from Charles Jones. Do you think Beers broke the fourth wall when Champa was erased? Was he talking to himself or Champa for the announcers to say something? He was talking to himself, in my opinion. That's been the debate all week.
Yeah, we have to understand that Super has more blatantly done the fourth wall conversations than their predecessors, but not everything is a fourth wall type of like all the way in depth, like they're actually talking to the announcer or the whatever it may be. I think it was more of a shock state. You know what I mean? Like it's more of a shock state. There's a lot of different things that are happening in that scene at a short given time. So
All right. Um, Shane Gilroy says, I think Zeno will not allow Universe to get Wish back because he wants less to manage, but might allow the inhabitants to be Wish back and live in our Universe thoughts. Well, I think now that there's two Zenos, they could split it between the two. I think somebody brought that up last stream. Like they could do that. See, I can't pronounce his name, yo. Ciso Toretto. Akuma from Street Fighter will come in and win Kappa. Do you think there's an option for a greater threat coming to Super even stronger than the Omni-King, and that's going to be the final arc of Super? I can't even think about the final arc yet, but it's possible. Were you going to say something?
no, no, no.
All right. Chad, very long last name. Can you do a face reveal for Command Con? So I'm just going to say this. All right. If you think that I'm going to walk around that convention center for 3 days wearing a mask,
You should
bro. People have
you
said
should do
that. Come
you
on.
should do it. You should do it like the first 5 hours.
People are going to meme the fuck out of me, but I don't care.
Yeah.
My mom thinks I'm handsome. Anyways. Um, thank you, Rican Mamba. Thank you, Jay Speed Pants. I'm gonna get through some more of these. There's a lot of super chats tonight, yo. It's popping tonight, though. I'm having a good time. Are you?
Yeah, definitely.
Miles Martin
Definitely.
says SSJ Eyes predicted SSB. No, it didn't, bro. Toriyama
No,
didn't
it
even
didn't.
think about
Stop that.
SSB in 1991, bro. Come on. You eyes predicted SSY. Now you're reading too much into it in this one, bro.
You
I
gotta
like,
love.
I
You
love
gotta
these
love.
ideas, bro.
Yeah, you
It's
gotta
like,
love when they do that.
no. Here's the funny thing: is that the thing about Toriyama that I find interesting is that fans either think he's really, really dumb or like really, 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 really smart, and he is really smart, and he
He
has
is.
done dumb things. Okay, he's both,
Yeah.
but I think people over exaggerate just how little Toriyama plans or don't understand how little he plans because
Right.
he's not a planning writer. But I
You.
also think that they also criticize him unfairly sometimes. But that being said, that Yamoshi shit irritated me, bro.
The Yamoshi stuff. Oh, talking about the Yamoshi stuff, there are people saying that potentially Yamoshi is Yamcha.
Come on, bro. You know what? Don't ever say that
Hold on,
again.
hold on. No, no, listen, listen.
No, no, come.
Let- Listen, the viewers are gonna love this one. They're gonna love this one. So this is how it goes, though, right? What happened was, right? Yamoshi's spirit like has gone, floating, right? It was floating, and then a new baby was born on planet, whatever the hell, Vegeta, whatever, and then that space pod was sent to Earth before Goku's space pod was ever sent to Earth, right?
Yeah.
And we're still currently in the state where Yamcha has not been able to realize that he is the long lost Saiyan, Yamoshi,
All right, bro. I'm sure
reincarnated.
that's a great Dragon Garo Lee fanfiction story, bro. And that'll be chapter 4 of the Yamcha manga. All right, so
Oh, fucking die when I heard that. I was dying.
by the way, apparently people left Jamie's stream to come to this one. I'm sorry, Jamie. I didn't know you were streaming. I apologize.
Much
Uh,
love, much love.
much love. All right. Um, hold on. I lost my place here. Phenomenal KT. What if the universes can't be brought back by the Super Dragon Balls, but can only merge them into the surviving one? Yeah, I've heard that theory before, and
Hmm.
that is a possibility. I don't know though. Grand Priest, he writes, is it possible for GP to be the true Omni-King? That was discussed a
Could
long
be.
time ago.
Yeah, it could be. It could not. We still don't know. I've always had a theory that I've always believed that the angels were the original, like caretakers of each specific universe. So
And now
maybe,
they're just caretakers of the gods of destruction.
right, right, right. So there has to be, and that actually opens the window of that higher being, like, over the Xenos. So who knows?
Saiyan Underdog says, when Goku's shirt comes off, that'll be our cue that business is about to pick up. Yes, that is
Yes.
true because the poster has him with his shirt off, and we haven't seen that yet.
Right.
Nikibia Weed, what if the Tournament of Power is actually meant to find a God of Destruction Ascendant? No, go back and watch the beginning of the arc. This was
No.
a Goku idea, which actually wound up being a good thing. Young Family says, I want to say that I'm hoping Universe 4 Shan stays overpowered. I also want to say Goku vs. Jiren could be a good ending. Depends on how it's delivered. Agreed. J Speed Paints, how do you feel about an Evil Angel arc after this? Check out my video I did on that called Goku and Jiren versus Grand Priest and the Angels. It's actually the most viewed video on my channel. I covered that in there pretty well.
Hmm.
It says here, Tyrone Johnson, do you think Grand Priest will really just stand by and let someone bring back the Erased Universes after he set up this whole tournament? He didn't set it up. It was really Goku and Zeno who set it up. Grand Priest just set up the arena and the rules. So yeah, I don't think he cares that much, unless he actually is evil. What do you think?
I don't think he's evil. I just think he's impulsive. I think he's a very, very impulsive angel. You know what I mean? If he plays that role, he's the guy who, if he hears his master say, "Hey, we need to go get the hay bale from our next door neighbors and take all their cattle and their wife and all that stuff," he's gonna be the guy who's like, "All right, I'm already on it. I sent like 100 people over there." You know what I mean? Like he seems like that kind of guy. He doesn't seem like a guy who like thinks everything through. He just does it.
Henry says Goku will wish for all destroyed universe to join Universe 7. This doesn't go against the purpose of the tournament and increase the moral level of 7. Well, maybe it will, because there's some bad people.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people for one universe. It'd be very crowded. Boondocks 1230. Will Trunks and Goten play a role in the next arc? I don't care if they play a role, but if they do, they need to grow up. I've had it with Kid Trunks and Goten, bro. It's time to grow up, bro.
Yeah.
You want to talk about bad writing? That actually is bad writing.
I think when people complain about the pacing of Super, I think that's not bad. But what I think it's bad as far as pacing is concerned is these kids' damn age. Like
that's the problem. That is bad writing.
Yeah.
Jericho, Fulgencio, Ultra Instinct Uzaru Goku. That'd be wacky. Daniel Lavalle says, I always thought it was weird that Toppo wants to be a god of destruction. His justice, good moral personality doesn't seem to fit the job. Well, he's probably going to destroy things for justice. That's the way I see it.
I don't think he is like he wants to be a god of destruction. I think
he wants it more than Jiren.
No. I don't think that's how it was perceived in the manga. Because if you go back to the manga and you read the manga, just the manga portion of it, it's almost like he has taken that billet because Jiren doesn't want to take the billet. So in respect, almost like the Vegeta with Beerus thing, in respect to Belmood, he takes it. You see what I'm saying? As that request, and instead of having Belmood kind of on top of Jiren all the time, he's like, "Hey, I'll do it. You teach me how to be this strong, or you teach me all this stuff, and I'll do it."
Chris Arco,
that's the kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Chris Arco has a prediction: Jiren wins, then fucks up the Super Dragon like King Piccolo. Whoa, that would be something to see. Or Goku loses the fight, but Zeno likes to fight so much he wants to have them both live. That is very plausible. That Zeno had so much fun that he says, you know what, bring all the universes back. Let's do it again in a year. I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Rodney Rosario, what if Frieza proceeds with his agenda, and then when it comes down to doing predictable wish, he turns babyface and wishes everyone back? Oh, man. I don't know. It would... I don't know how I feel about that.
Frieza wishing everybody back will probably be the most highest rated episode in the history of Dragon Ball.
I mean, it might be. It's gonna piss people off though, bro. Because
it'll piss people off to that point. Yeah.
How about Monaka versus Jiren? He beat Goku he beat hit with one punch. Beerus be like, please say hello to me. Dude, I pooped my pants says, will Frieza finally play an important role in 120? I don't know. Like I said earlier in the call, the spoilers. I have to confirm them first.
Yeah, they're not confirmed.
All right. What is the something terrible going to happen? I don't know. I thought it was Goku losing, but if Universe 7 loses, present Zeno wouldn't want to erase Goku, but future Zeno would, which may result in them erasing each other, thus leaving the Grand Priest. Well, the idea of the two Zenos eventually fighting each other is something that absolutely is possible.
How about this? How about this is the worst thing that happens? Because I haven't gotten it yet. How about if at one given point you have the elimination, like you stated, yeah, the elimination, Goku gets eliminated, Jiren gets eliminated, right? Beerus being so pissed off at the situation, acts out or whatever, and he gets erased on the spot. Could that be like something?
You talking about
then they would need
Zeno erasing Zeno?
No, Zeno erasing Beerus at that particular point before the tournament.
And that's it? We never see him again? Tragic. Did I lose you?
I'm just saying. No, you're right.
You cut out there for a minute. Okay, I was asking if we're not going to see him again, Beerus.
Well, I mean, we probably will, but because we don't know what the end holds. Obviously.
No, we don't know what we're talking about now. By the way, folks, check out Tragic's channel TR4G1C. You'll find it. Just punch that into your Google machine. All right, Mad Hugh 9589. We're almost done with super chats. Here's my 2 cents on the subject. Jiren is a Nephilim. Supernatural fans out there will understand what a Nephilim is. Nephilim's a hybrid being conceived by a human and angel from one of the erased universes. Well, if you want to know what a Nephilim is, you got to go to Genesis chapter 6 in the Old Testament. Right. I don't know if the Supernatural TV show. I haven't watched it, but I guess they do it too. That's a wacky idea, bro. So you're saying that Jiren is a hybrid of a angel, a fallen angel, and a human? That would explain his power. That's a great idea, dude. I'm not even gonna front. That's actually kind of a cool idea.
That is.
I mean, we know that Hellas wants to screw Goku. We've seen her say it.
Mm-hmm.
Saying he's handsome. Arc minus the 6 erased universes were an open rebellion against the Omni-King, which is more than likely why they were erased. Jiren was a part of those universes. Vermouth is a sympathizer. That's a wacky story. You've been reading DC Comics a lot, bro, or Greek mythology. I like the idea. I don't think we're gonna see it though. Maybe in the future timeline, future Zeno, the Grand Priest has no one above him. He went power crazy, and that's when they can bring in the evil Grand Priest. Well. Oh, there's no hints to that though.
Yeah, it sounds good. It's just no hints.
Yamcha being a super Namekian. Maybe if he eats like bad food. Now this is one of my favorite names, right? Albino chocolate donut hole. Tournament of Power will end. Sounds like a
sexy
porn movie, right? Tournament of Power will end with Goku and Jiren double knockout. Frieza will win tournament and wish to be the ruler over Zeno. Super Dragon unable to grant the wish, but does grant him an equivalent power. So it's gonna be Frieza versus Zeno then? Is that the big fight? That's
Frieza versus Zeno. Grand Priest is not having that.
But if Frieza has the power of a Grand Priest, Frieza has more experience fighting than the Grand Priest. Maybe he'll win.
Well, it's
or I'm sorry, not a Grand Priest. I'm sorry, Zeno.
Yeah, but it's only the power of a Zeno. So if Grand Priest is this angel, he probably might be more powerful.
Well, that's the rumor that there's going to be a big twist.
The thing about these angels, this is what's weird about these angels, is not only are they able to create and manifest, it seems like, but they do destroy, because we know that Vados was the one in charge of destroying all the universes for Champa.
The planets, yeah.
Right. So, they do both.
We got a lot of new super chats coming in. All right. Juan of Peepee for Goku versus Jiren 2. I think there won't be a clear winner. Then when they face off again, they'll go at it, but time will run out. Yeah, I could see that happening. Ryan says the wish has to be the language of the god. We talked about that earlier. So whoever gets the wish will have to have a deity make it. Yes. Nomiya Elwinda, when has Dragon Ball had a twist ending? Let me think. I mean, you could say that Resurrection F, when Frieza blew up the planet, was kind of a twist, but the ending wasn't really a twist. I guess maybe the idea that Goku was gonna die on planet Namek and then he actually did, and that was sort of a twist. I guess maybe.
No.
Or the fact that
it's all these little saving moments. You know what I mean? That's what I think are more of the twists. Like who would have known that Vegeta would have went from a Majin of pure power control and just utilize that as power, and then try to save everybody, become a good guy. I mean, at that particular point, nobody saw that. We just oh shit, Vegeta's a beast. That's all we saw. So I think that's a twist in itself.
Joey says Geekdom's familiar with an aspect of theology. Man, you have no idea.
Aren't we all?
Right. Yachty Wilson says, do you think Universe 4 Bugs pushes, and thank you for all the kind words, Logan and Albino, Vegeta into Ultra Instinct? It would be the only way to attack something you can't see, is to be able to attack without thought. Not necessarily. They can see the bugs, but the bugs are little and fast. When you ever try to kill a roach, it's annoying sometimes. So that's the way I see it. I don't think the bugs are going to push Vegeta to Ultra Instinct. But remember, Ultra Instinct is not anger-based.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm just saying that. Is it possible? We gotta address this one, bro. This is a very common thing going around. Is it possible that Yamoshi is actually possessing Goku, which allows him to use Ultra Instinct to have an echoing voice? No.
No. Absolutely not.
No. Oscar Chavez, Vegeta is actually the true hero of this tournament. You mean? Vegeta ends up becoming the prince of this planet that Caulifla's from. Prince Vegeta solo arc. I guess he means planet Sedal, but they already have a king there. So, they already have a king there, bro. So that's not happening. UI isn't staying exclusive. Get ready for UI Oob. That's true. Well, at least the first part is. I don't know about UI Oob. What if Geekdom eliminates Jiren and saves everyone? I don't know if I'm strong enough to. Chris Arco says, SS3 Majin Vegito pre-super versus SSG Goku Battle of Gods. No, Goku destroys him, bro. Super Saiyan 3 Majin... Oh, Majin Vegito, he said, though.
Oh, Majin Vegito.
Vegito, he says. No, I still think Goku wins. I think God Goku. Well, okay, he says Battle of Gods. I don't know, bro, because Vegito might outlast Goku's
No,
SSG.
no. I think this is gonna be a battle of attrition, and
But how can Vegito
since
fight?
Goku wins.
How can Vegito fight Goku if Vegito is Goku? Dun dun
Yeah,
dun.
yeah, true. But just entertain the thought for these guys.
Yeah, no, I understand.
If it's
Nicholas, oh, go ahead,
if
bro.
it, if it's SSG 3 Vegito like Boo arc, he was still not as strong as the current Vegito from the Trunks arc.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
without
So
question. Um, okay. Nicholas says, what if instead of the universes being erased, they're sent to the Makaioshin realm, which is the demon realm, and the next arc is figuring out a way to save them? I don't know why Zeno would send them to the demon realm in Universe 7. That would be, it's not a bad idea, but it requires a lot of explanation that hasn't really been hinted yet. You know?
I want to see the Kaioshin realm. They have to do it. It's been 20 plus years since we've been hearing about it. So
The demon realm, you mean?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to finally see them.
Because Toriyama didn't talk about the Makaioshin until 2009, but the Demon Realm was talked about in 1994. So
Right.
yeah.
Definitely.
Jacob says, shout out to Tragic, Geek Them Great Vids, end the Tournament of Power. Time runs out. Zeno wants to see Goku versus Jiren, gives them both Senzu beans, and they fight afterwards for 5 or 6 episodes, or Zarama appears. It's not a bad idea,
Oh,
actually.
it's not a bad idea.
That's not
Shout out.
bad.
Thanks for the shout out. A Zarama appears episode would be like, I think we'll put the cherry on top of all this stuff.
Julian wants to know who we think's going to get thrown out this week. I'm not
I
going to
say
answer that
18.
question. I was going to actually ask you a better question. Who's next to get tossed from Universe 7? Who I think Piccolo.
I say 18.
Okay.
Tell me why
Okay.
you think Piccolo. Tell me why you think Piccolo. Because
Because
everybody thinks Piccolo, and no one, not any of our fellow content providers has given an exact answer why.
I will tell you why I think Piccolo. Because they've already had the moment with Gohan. It's going to give
Okay.
Gohan more motivation when he gets thrown out to take this seriously. And we've already seen the Namekians get tossed. So there's no purpose for Piccolo to be in there anymore as far as narrative structure goes.
He can heal though.
Yeah, but there's no. I'm talking about for narrative purposes. There's no reason for him to be there. Like him getting eliminated creates a storyline with Gohan they could do, but him being in there is what, being Gohan's lapdog again. I don't know, man. I just don't see a purpose of him being in there. You know.
My thing is that I see their whole storyline is we're gonna make it to the end. You know what I mean? So I see that whole we're gonna make it to the end thing. And as far as 18 and 17 is concerned, I think it's 18. And the only reason why I think it's 18 because currently 17 has showed her some affection. It seems like she has never seen 17 give it to her before like that. And she might hold herself accountable for that. She'll probably hold herself accountable for that situation. And on top of the fact that she's already done all her parts. You know, she's played her role to the point that she needs to play her role. And it would be more beneficial to keep a guy like Piccolo in versus having her in, you know.
Alan, Katie. First of all, thank you, Robert. He says Vegeta versus Jiren to gain Ultra Instinct. Yes, I think Vegeta would challenge Jiren to gain Ultra Instinct. Shane Gilroy says in the manga, Toppo eliminated Goku with a cheap shot to the nuts. Do you see him doing that to someone else in the anime, winning by any means necessary? I hope so.
I hope
We
someone
don't have
gets
enough
nut
nut
hit.
shots in Dragon Ball, bro.
We need that. We almost got a punch in the nuts, like Kefla almost punched Goku in the nuts. So we almost got that. But
Here's
then
one
it
that
happened.
people are gonna love. You're gonna love this one, bro. Joseph Ulmer. The power of Universe 2's love transcends death, time, and space to come back and fill the void, bringing peace to all beings and ending the show. All right.
I like it.
I like it.
I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. I can't say anything. I know a lot of people are gonna be pissed, but I like it.
Velocity Reaper, do you think the outro alludes to anything? No. I answer that
No.
question every week. No. It
I did
doesn't.
like six. I did like 6 funny theory videos for that one,
No.
just to entertain. No, it doesn't mean it.
Kojitsu says, what do you think about Jiren's meditation state? Could it be a secret to his power? I think it's definitely a part of the reason. Me and Kendama have talked about the importance of meditation before. What do you think?
Meditation is important. and I've always said that this is a mental series. It deals with more about the mental than it does with the physical. So yes, I agree.
Julian Ibanez says, "What if we don't see the end because Jiren finds out there's a danger back at home and goes without hesitating? Before you know it, Jiren comes asking for help. That would be an interruption.
That would be an interruption, and that would be good.
Let's see what it is if they do that. It's possible.
And the only reason why that actually makes sense is because if you kind of look at the end, all right. So let's I'm gonna entertain that other weird shit. Um, if you look at the end, you obviously have them kind of fighting together, and it seems like they're on mountain range. Could be potentially something that maybe they're in Universe 11. I don't know. Who knows?
This is wacky right here. So Chris Arco says Goku and Jiren destroy the stage for double elimination. I would love it if
That
that
would actually.
happened.
Now that I would pay to watch.
No, but here's the comical part. So they destroy the entire top, and then Gohan's hanging on to that middle bar thing as much as he can before it gets destroyed. That could work, or
That would
Frieza
work.
or whatever. You know, even though the time's gonna run out eventually.
That would work.
UI Vegeta attack version eliminates Topo. I think he could. I'm not saying he will. We don't know if Vegeta's gonna get UI in this arc, bro. We don't know. If
Yeah, we don't know.
Gohan
He could
versus 17. I don't know what that. I don't know if
I don't.
who's stronger. I think who. What do you think? If Gohan, do you think Gohan's stronger than 17? I think so.
I think they're at equal planes. I think that's what it's kind of showcasing.
No, Nomiya Elwinda. I think all the fan theories on the current arc is too deep for Dragon Ball. I think we're gonna have a basic ending, just like in the Goku Black arc. It ended Zamasu ending up just being black. Well, that wasn't the ending. That was
Yeah,
a
that
twist
was.
in the middle. The ending of the Black arc was absolutely horrible and not basic. Like that ending was atrocious to me. Um,
Yeah, and
but
it was not even the ending that they wanted originally or scripted, and it was also not the way they wanted Zamasu originally or scripted. So
supposedly, yeah, we
yeah,
don't even know what the original idea was, but no, I
right.
hated that ending. And the thing is, it's not about the ending not being a happy ending. It's about the ending being a bad ending. Like I'm okay with like a dark ending, but the ending, like Trunks' timeline getting wiped out, didn't piss me off that much. The narrative pissed me off, but also the fact that Trunks just accepts it and goes on, like it was just bad, bro. Um, Goku and Cena versus Vegeta and Stone Cold. Vegeta and Stone Cold. Rodney says Universe 7 gets eliminated in the other dimensions. There's no such thing as a God title of Super Saiyan Blue fitting the end of Z's story better. I think I need more information on that. I don't really understand. UISS4 Gogeta versus Jiren. I think Gogeta stomps, bro. Honestly.
UI what?
Ultra Instinct Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta versus Jiren.
Yeah, Jiren's getting bodied.
Somebody asked me if you're on PCP, bro. He's on something, bro, but I don't know about PCP.
Am I on PCP?
He's on
No,
Perniles, bro.
I only smoke weed and that's it.
You? No, I would have never guessed it.
I smoke medical marijuana.
Who do you think wins, Disco or Ultimate Gohan?
I want to see Dispo. I would like to see Dispo and Gohan, but I want to see Dispo and 17.
Why that fight?
Tactical speed. That's something both of them are really, really good at.
Who wins, though?
That's what I want to know. Like, who really wins? I mean, Dispo is massively fast, but and he adapts to the speed, and so does 17. 17 is like just 17 builds himself on adapting to speed and movement. So it's like that's what you really want to see. You want to see who outdoes who can counter. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna answer like these last super chats. Then we're gonna go back to the live chat because I'm gonna ask them a question. Yeah, I think Gohan wins.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? Oh, we got 5 of them in a row, dude. All right. This is it. These are the last super chats. All right. If you want to donate, you can still, but I'm gonna go back to the live chat here. Just letting you know. You think 1718 would go to Universe 2 in a filler ep since they seemed to enjoy playing villains with them when they fought?
Yes, I would like to see 17 and 18 over there because they're loved by everybody. They're accepted by everybody.
Number 95 asked me how my day is. And it's like, I had the Brazilian steakhouse
Well,
today, bro.
it's
Do
been
you
long.
still believe the evil angel theory is a possibility, or do you think it's more likely Frieza pulls something at the end of the tournament? Either one. Either one, really. Could be both.
I don't think there's evil angels.
I
Is it
don't
gonna
think
be?
so either. Not yet. Not yet. Maybe later.
Yeah, maybe.
Charles Jones, double elimination via instant transmission. You mean he grabs Jiren and like teleports out? I don't know. That's not a very Goku thing to do. You know, he wants to fight and beat this guy. So it's smart, but it's not Goku. Tragic.
I don't see it. I don't see it happening. Like there's just a. I can't answer that because it's just something that doesn't fit the character.
The last four will be Goku, Jiren, Gohan, and Toppo. Goku and Jiren double KO, and Gohan eliminates Toppo thoughts. Well, lucky for you, I have a video called Gohan Wins the Tournament of Power. Go watch it, because it talks about that very thing. Go check out that video right now on Geekdom 101. Type in Gohan Wins the Tournament of Power. Addicted to pizza rolls, Goku, Jiren, Tai, Frieza sweeps Arena as final boss. Pat possibly, and then Robert says Vegeta will win the tournament. I actually think now there is a very good chance that Vegeta could survive. I'm not saying like beat everybody, but I'm saying he might be the last dude.
I think Vegeta wins it all, and there's only one thing that proves that. Out of all the fighters that we have here, Vegeta has the best overall stamina. He's good at short time frames. He's good. He's probably the best at short time frames.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, I do think that he is going to end up wishing back the Saiyans and whatnot. So,
Yeah,
like I said, super chats are closed. I'm going to be asking questions, right? Well, I mean, they're open. You can donate, but I'm going to be going to the chat now because I'm going to ask the chat a question, okay? Honestly, at this point, I want y'all to type yes or no when I ask this question. All right. Is Ultra Instinct the last transformation? I think it needs to be, but I want to ask the people. What do you think?
What do I think?
Will there be a transformation for Goku after Ultra Instinct? I think this is it,
Yeah.
dude.
No, I think there is. I think he has.
No, no more transformations.
Just listen. As a guy who agrees, I don't want no more transformation. I think Ultra Instinct should be the final one, as like technically sound for Goku, as it is. I just think he's going to get one more, and it's going to be a culmination of everything that he has been able to do, and that's going to be his final state. That will be his final state.
People
overall.
are saying, a lot of people are saying no in the chat right now. Some say yes, others say no. In other words, no, I think there's gonna be more.
Yeah, there's gonna be more. Yeah, there's gonna be. I think he gets one more. Because, and the only reason why I say that is
I'm just tired of transformations, bro. Keep going.
Right.
Sorry.
One of the main reasons I think it does happen that he gets at least one more. I don't know if he gets two more, but I know he's gonna get one more is because the fact that we state the word assimilation, and if you guys don't know, assimilation is basically having a body, right? A body to the organism, to the molecular structure to be able to be adaptive to every single environment and to every single situation. So if Goku is able to master that in the Tournament of Power, then he could potentially, have one more transformation that combines all these things that he's already learned, he's already done. You can pick from, his SS. You could pick from his God states. He put in Ultra Instinct. If he's able to assimilate all those things together, then he'll hit one more form. If at minimum one more form at least.
Man, I just think he should work on Ultra Instinct.
Yeah, I do. I definitely agree with that.
Because now with Ultra Instinct, anybody can get powered up and just get stronger. Like Piccolo, Gohan, whatever. Thor in the chat talks about more money for merch, and that I've been talking about that forever, bro. Dragon Ball Super is very commercialized.
Very internationally commercialized.
I just wish they would work on Ultra Instinct a bit more. That's really all I could really ask for.
My thing with Ultra Instinct though is I don't like, even though it is a transformation, I don't think it's a transformation that it goes specifically with only one race. it definitely gears to the combative race. Races that are very very combative that can utilize it. So like an assassins, the assassins clan of hit and stuff like that could probably potentially utilize that in a better degree. Um, you can have certain type of races be able to do it. Um, is everybody going to be able to do it? No. So they have to make it accessible now via the Saiyans, because the Saiyans is predominantly, that's what we know as being a race that can utilize it better, faster, and quicker than anybody else. So
Yeah, I mean, I just think that it's I just think it's such a like it's the Bruce Lee level now. Like that's the highest
right,
you can
right, right,
get. Like
right.
it's hard to really say. Um, I will say this though. I'm looking forward to the Goku Jiren fight, the rematch. It's gonna happen. It's just I feel like I just don't want Goku to beat Jiren right now. I want again. I really want that double knockout because I think the Goku surpassing Jiren and Beerus has to be later in Super. It has to be something that happens down the road, maybe even past end of Z. I just don't want to see that right now, and I think just Goku winning and wishing back the universes is just I don't know, man, very predictable. Um, I mean, I'm
They got to
okay
make
with predictability sometimes, but that is just too like vanilla, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like you already watched the show. You know what I mean? You already know what's going on. You read the book and all that stuff, and it's like it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna happen. The bad thing is that I don't want that either. I want Goku and Jiren, like if it does happen and they do get eliminated, that it does go like I really want Goku eliminated. Like I don't really want him to win because it just builds a more dramatic story. I believe it'll build a more dramatic story because just the basic Goku wins. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
mean, I know
and
he hasn't won a tournament, but he doesn't need to. Like Goku does not need, and this is just facts. He does not need to win this tournament himself. He
yeah,
does not need to win it.
yeah. That's you brought up some good points. He has not won an arc in Super that much. Like he didn't really beat Beerus in Battle of the Gods. He did beat
No.
Frieza, but he lost in the middle of the fight. He
Hmm.
didn't really get the job done against Hit, and it is one of those things where I could totally see that being the case. It's just like you said, the reason why, for those who don't understand what tragic means by it doesn't need it, narratively speaking, let's talk about storytelling, all right? Let's stop
Right.
being fanboys for a minute. If Goku wins this tournament, there will be nothing left for him to achieve. Whereas from a
Yeah.
narrative structure, like writing the story, Goku not winning is more interesting because then it gives him a wall to overcome.
Yep.
And that's the story of Super is that's the story of Dragon Ball is Goku overcoming his limitations. And I think that he will overcome Jiren, but it's got to be later on, dude. I think it's too soon for that. I really do. So we were trending today, by the way. We got a lot of subscribers. Thank you, those of you who are new. Check out the content on the channel. There's a lot of videos on the channel. I mean, I've uploaded a lot of videos, and a lot of them are very heavily edited. I would highly advise you to check out Dragon Ball In Depth playlist. Go to my playlist. Check out Dragon Ball In Depth. Check out Dragon Ball Explained and discussions, and check out what do you call it? If you like power scaling and feats, check out Strongest in Dragon Ball. I've only got 4 of those for right now, but there's more coming. I'm holding off on the bigger gods because we don't know their extent yet, but I'll be doing more of those very soon. And there's a lot of stuff on there, bro. Of course, Dragon Ball Super Talk and Z and GT and pretty much everything. So if you're new to the channel, we're going to wrap up the stream, brother. We've been on the air for a while now. Thank you, Tragic, for being here. Check out TR4G1C. That is the channel.
You're welcome.
We're still strong at over 5,000 watching, bro. This is a huge success. So happy.
Beautiful.
I want to thank everybody who donated to the stream today. It means quite a bit to me. Remember what I said earlier. Next week, some big stuff coming. Spoilers will be out in the next 24 to 48 hours on Super. And next week, something big is happening. So you got to check that out. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it'll be all over the place.
yeah, it'll be everywhere. So Lotus keeps saying my question, my question. Let me go ahead and see what he's talking about here. Okay, let me answer his question real quick. Do you think K-Flash Super Saiyan 2 going against Super Saiyan God Goku can beat him? No, I don't think K-Flash SS2 can beat Goku as a god fully recovered. I don't think so. What do you think?
Do you think F Super Saiyan 2 going against Super Saiyan God Goku fully recovered can be? No.
I don't think so.
No.
Anyways, we're out. Y'all have a great day. Love you all. Thank you for your support as always. And thank you for hitting 400K. Help me hit 400K. It means a lot. And I will not stop uploading ever until I'm off the earth. So
God bless you guys all. Thank you for having me here.
anytime, man. Y'all have a good one. I'll talk to y'all down the road. I would say down the road, but I haven't been able to stop this yet. So maybe now. Stop.